Sentence structure is important in English because it helps us clearly communicate our ideas to others. It's like arranging the puzzle pieces correctly to create a complete picture. If you don't put the pieces together correctly, the message or what you're trying to say might be unclear or confusing to the person trying to understand it. So in this lesson, you will learn the most common simple sentence patterns in English. First, let's talk about different parts of a sentence. Many sentences in English contain a subject, a verb, and an object. The subject is the person or thing performing an action. A verb is the action or state being described. And the object is the person or thing that receives the action of the verb. For example, David likes apples. David is the subject. This sentence is about David. Likes is the action. It's the verb. And the object is apples. Another example, she plays football. We have the subject, the verb. Football is the object. It is the thing receiving the action. Football is being played by the girl. Jason eats pizza. Mary reads books. And in all of these examples, we follow the most common sentence pattern, which is subject plus verb plus object. So we're going to look at more practice sentences. The chef cooks pasta. Dad is driving a car. The child eats bananas. The boy draws pictures. I encourage you to practice writing some sentences using this pattern. Now let's talk about some other common sentence patterns. Some sentences are very simple. They just have a subject and a verb. For example, the children are playing. The children is the subject, are playing is the verb in the present continuous tense. Mom is baking. The girl ran. Here we have the subject, the girl, and the verb ran in the past simple tense. Another common sentence pattern is subject plus verb plus adjective. For example, the garden is big. We are describing the subject using an adjective. Jill is beautiful. The students are late. In all of these examples, the adjective is describing a characteristic of the subject. Another common sentence pattern is subject plus verb plus adverb. In the previous example, we used adjectives to describe more characteristics of the subject, but with adverbs, we provide more detail about the verb or the action. For example, the woman sings beautifully. Beautifully is describing how the woman sings. It's describing the verb. We're not describing the woman. We're describing how she sings, how she performs the action. Ben talks loudly. Grandpa eats quickly. Again, we're describing the verb with this adverb, how Grandpa eats. Another common sentence pattern is subject plus verb plus noun. For example, the man is a farmer. Here we have the subject, the man, we have the verb to be, and we have a noun, farmer. And this noun provides more information about the subject. Oftentimes with this sentence pattern, we use the verb to be. Another example, they are friends. Bob is an uncle. Now, something that might be confusing to you is what's the difference between the subject-verb-object pattern and subject-verb-noun pattern? So in an SVO, or subject-verb-object sentence, The verb is an action that the subject is doing onto the object. The object is receiving the action. For example, the girl painted a picture. Joe built a treehouse. And yes, picture is a noun and treehouse is a noun, but this still follows the subject-verb-object pattern because the object receives the action of the subject. In an SVN sentence pattern, subject-verb-noun, the verb often connects the subject to additional information about the subject itself, usually describing or renaming the subject. For example, the girl became a painter. Bob was a builder. Painter and builder are both nouns that describe the subject. The noun and the subject are the same. The girl becomes the painter, and Joe, in the past, was a builder. So now it's time for our quiz. I'm going to read 10 sentences in total, and you have to identify the sentence pattern. We have subject, verb, object, subject, verb, subject, verb, adjective, subject, verb, adverb, and subject, verb, noun. Let's begin. The rabbit hops quickly. The teacher is kind. The artist paints a picture. The fish swims gracefully. He reads a novel. The garden is beautiful. She whispers softly. The musician plays the guitar. The babies are napping. He is a firefighter. So let's identify these together. Number 1 is subject, verb, adverb. The rabbit is the subject, hops is the verb, quickly is the adverb. Number 2 is subject, verb, adjective. The teacher is the subject, is the verb to be, and kind is the adjective that describes the teacher. Number 3 follows the subject, verb, object pattern. The artist is the subject, the verb is paint, and a picture is the object that receives the action. Number 4 is subject, verb, adverb. The fish is the subject, swims is the verb, gracefully is the adverb. Number 5 follows the subject, verb, object pattern. He is the subject, reads is the verb, a novel is the object receiving the action of reading. Number 6 follows the subject, verb, adjective pattern. The garden is the subject, the verb to be is, and beautiful is the adjective. Number 7 follows the subject, verb, adverb pattern. She is the subject, whispers is the verb, softly is the adverb. Number 8 follows subject, verb, object. The musician is the subject, plays is the verb, the guitar is the object. Number 9 follows the subject, verb pattern. The babies is the subject, are napping is the verb. And finally, number 10 follows the subject, verb, noun pattern. He is the subject, we have the verb to be, is, and firefighter is the noun. It's providing more information about the subject. So let me know in the comment section how many you identified correctly out of 10. Make sure to subscribe